Hello, Tom Ferrario here. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of what I'll be speaking about in the next couple shows I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to speak about what is going on behind the scenes in our world right now. And there were far better people to do this than myself, I will tell you. But out of all the people I worked with, I'm one of the few left now, so the responsibilities fell on me. I worked with theologians that I've known over the years that knew some of the secrets of the Vatican and what would transpire one day and fool the world. Bruce Whitman and I worked with a government operative that wanted to start the Disclosure Project. He wanted to do it with some of the media and the Mutual UFO Network, and he chose Bruce because Bruce was the first state director in Missouri, where MUFON originally started. And our contact went by the name of Red. We actually went to Las Vegas for a meeting that was going to be held at Area 51, but it was called off with a little thing happened called 911. That occurred in 2001. Later, we would go to Maryland for a meeting that Red had set up, actually at the FBI Academy in Quantico. And we waited for hours for this meeting to occur, and Red came out and told us that the meeting had been called off. They changed their mind, as they so often do. But through Red, we learned many things. And we learned of the government's close connection with the Vatican. And this was one thing he urged us at the time not to reveal. Unfortunately, Red's gone now also, so I feel like with the world events that's happening, I'm speaking about this now, where I wouldn't have before. And the close connection with the government and the Vatican is actually formed and contributed to official government policies on almost everything that is done. This all sets the stage for what is coming. From all the people I worked with, there is one common strand of information that I kind of put in my gray basket and filed away. And that was that at some point there would be a world event that would bring mankind down to its lowest, most primitive level. I think personally this is the grid going down. Every night before I go to bed I think about that, and it's a game changer. If the grid goes down, it's all over. But they would come as an alien race here to serve man, and that's not their motivation or intention at all, let me tell you. Our relationship with them will actually be serving them and looking at them at some point as gods. And if this sounds religious, it's because it is biblical. How do we respond to this? Don't believe them. When they come, they are truly evil. We have the authority over them because we are spiritual beings placed on this side by the real God, and they are false gods. That's not to say at times they won't work miracles. They will. Some of the miracles they're going to perform will be they'll bring down fire from the sky, give us free energy, increase food production, even medical cures. The whole world's going to fall for this, to the point where mankind is nearly enslaved by evil. From what I was told and shown, I believe that right now there are so-called aliens, for lack of a better word, fallen angels, working behind the scenes in our own government. They're making plans and pulling strings for their agenda to be fulfilled. The wars taking down of our border, the release of pathogens that cause pandemics, the mandates that have taken away our self-sufficiency on energy production and the ability to make pharmaceuticals and anything, quite frankly, we need, is all part of it. Please don't think I'm being political. I'm not. This is anything but politics as usual, believe me. This goes far beyond politics. Now the really critical part of this equation. You may have coming away thinking through all this that I am religious. I am now. I wasn't. You know, and it's a process of working with my mentors and the theologians that I worked with that I learned certain truths and undeniable facts. What should you take away from all this? Well, number one, we are truly facing good versus evil now. It is the battle for our world as we knew it. You can no longer be neutral in this battle. The time has come when you're going to have to choose a side. And by remaining neutral, you've given evil a victory. And, you know, this all goes to, I know this is a lot to digest, but turning your back to all this won't make it go away and won't make it any better for you or your family. You know, it's up to you to choose, and choose wisely, I urge you. And always know that you have the power over this, because you are spiritual beings put on this side of the dimensional boundary by the real God and given the authority. They don't have the authority to do this unless you give it to them. So always know that fact and question everything that's going to come down shortly, I believe. And virtually, thank you for your time, and stay tuned.